In my Singapore journey so far, we have seen how Web3 technologies like blockchain is used to enhance business processes in finance and trade and make them more efficient. But what Gary said struck me. He said that because in the Web3 world, information are readily available and it's open, all of us have to be more accountable to the environment and society. I want to explore how the use of blockchain technology can enhance trust. So I'm on my way to Bintan to meet a Singaporean company that uses blockchain for social impact.
Hello.
Hi, Emma.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
A lot of people misunderstand anything that's Web3 related as a cryptocurrency project. So we want to go back to the basics about using blockchain and how we can apply this technology for good. We are going to see a water and sanitation project. It's called Safe Water Gardens. Open defecation actually causes a lot of deaths in Indonesia, and they try and improve their living standards by giving them proper sanitation. And we're going to view it in person, physically, and do due diligence. A lot of the projects claim to be transparent and they want to raise funds and do good. But if we cannot have data to verify how the funds are used, what's the social impact, then we won't onboard them for fundraising. Hi, good morning, Dr. Mark. How are you? Hi. This is Anna.
Hello, Anna.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise.
It's very important for us when we bring on a project that they are really serious about that transparency element. We are very conscious of the fact that when we raise funds, we need to be accountable, not just as a platform, but for the projects that we onboard.
So before I show you the safe water garden, I first show you the toilet. This family didn't have a toilet before, open defecation. That's about 5% of the Indonesian households still suffers from that. The toilets are next to the safe water garden. Then these two bits of wastewater go into this tank. This tank liquefies the wastewater and is safely released into the garden.
So they're planting chili and papaya here.
In Indonesia, you need rice and you need chili, no matter how poor you are. If you can grow your own chili, you save 10–15% of the household income.
So how much does this whole system cost and how many have you installed so far?
In Bintan should be around 600 plus now, and in all of Indonesia about 700. We want people to build it themselves. So taking those costs, that toilet is less than 200 Singapore dollar on average. The safe water garden is somewhere between $500 to $600. But we try to encourage people to share, because then the cost goes down to less than $300 per family. And that one the Indonesians can afford.
Ibu bakal rekomendasi WC-nya enggak?
Senang. Tapi biasanya kami di hutan-hutan WC-nya. Jadi ini alhamdulillah ada dikasih kan.
Iya.
Terus aku bisa dapat ininya, bisa pakai, bisa mandi, nggak kena hujan.
Iya.
Bahagia aku.
Why is transparency and accountability so important for social enterprises? Do you think that due diligence has been lacking?
I think due diligence is a huge problem, right? People pledge a certain amount to charity, but when funds are raised, you don't actually have that transparency. Sometimes they don't reach the beneficiary as promptly as we would like to, or there's a lot of intermediary expenses that are incurred along the way, and then your $10 doesn't actually reach the beneficiary, maybe only $5 or $6. That's why we embrace blockchain technology to show and demonstrate how funds are really used, how much actually it reaches the beneficiaries, and how this social impact is measured. We automate how funds are administered. Whatever pledged to beneficiaries on our platform get automatically transmitted to them by smart contract. I think that should be the new standard in accountability to your donor. Can you tell me a little bit about data that you collect?
In the past, what we did is we talk always with the village chief. So like, who are the poorest people? Who do you think needs the system most? We would rely on them to make the right choice. Then I started to talk with the village people about data. To my surprise, they also want data, because the Jokowi government has said we want to do good things for the people, but we need to measure it. The village chief actually want data also.
Terus untuk kepemilikan jamban
Itu saya bikin sendiri pribadi.
sendiri ya,
Iya.
pribadi.
So we do the whole village now, measure what the situation is before we intervene. That gives us our baseline. Then we'll go back after 3 months, 6 months later, and 9 months later to see how is it going with the micro farming. We check if they have started a micro business, which is something that the government really hopes they do, because they want villages to have an economic future. And they can, because once they have water and sanitation, they could start a small restaurant, maybe sell some lemonade, maybe do even a homestay. And so we measure that too.
What he's saying is very true. They're very big on data now, and blockchain is used across all sectors in Indonesia, inclusive of how they monitor agriculture projects, water projects.
What do you think of the use of blockchain for the region?
I think anything that improves transparency should be considered because it improves the business process, it improves accountability, not just to your organization, but to your stakeholders, to the public.
This video is curated and edited by Blockchain Flix. Blockchain Flix seeks to curate and present content on blockchain and Web3 in a way that fosters education, promotes understanding, and advances meaningful conversations. Follow us on YouTube, X, Telegram,